Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me. So today, as you can see, and how I was introduced, and thank you very much for that lovely introduction. Today I'm going to be talking about using my weakness as a superpower. So first of all, I want to thank all of you for coming to this today, and also a big special thank you to the team who have put this whole event together. It was perfectly organized and it's been so great to see. So yeah, thank you so much, and a big round of applause for everyone who has put it together. So like I said, today I'm going to be talking about using my weakness as a superpower. So, sorry, there's been a slight issue. Okay, cool. So first of all, I'm going to give you a quick introduction into who I am. So, as was said before, I'm Max. I am a London-based creator and consultant. And over the past few years, I've managed to build a social media presence of over 65,000 people across platforms, all based around mental health. And we've managed to reach over 7 million people in just the past 4 months. The reason I'm here today is a lot of people go through mental health issues. And I'm sure that right now there are people who are going through this who you may know, or maybe people in this room. And I wanted to shine a bit of light on that. I want to show you how my weakness and my demons not only helped me, but shaped my career and me as a person today. So first of all, we're going to quickly talk about my mental health journey. And I'm going to go over this very briefly because I could honestly speak about this for hours. To give you a bit of background, so I suffer from anxiety, health anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and depression. And I have done ever since I can remember. I suffered in silence for years because I thought I was different. I thought I was a freak. I thought I was weird. And I didn't know that this was the norm and that everybody has something, everybody has some sort of baggage. Until one day, I opened up to my mum and I said 6 words that completely changed my life. And I said, "Mum, can I talk to you?" Because that was me taking a step. I was taking a leap into a world that I'd never been in and into something to me that was unknown. And when I did this, I felt like something had switched inside me. It was me realizing that people have emotions and it's okay to be open about these emotions, and having conversations around it is the first step to starting this journey. It was an absolute game changer. So after having these conversations, it was then time to decide what next. And I decided to get professional help. So I then went to do CBT, which is also known as cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy is essentially like any talking therapy. However, this one doesn't focus on getting to the root of the problem. Imagine it as like a toolbox for your brain. It gives you insight into how to deal with anxiety and gives you techniques, breathing techniques, concentration techniques, loads of different things to help you essentially deal with those issues when they arise. And this also helped me hugely. I still do it today. I literally had a therapy session this week, and coming out of it, I felt amazing. So for any of you here who haven't tried any type of therapy before and you feel like you need some, please, please, please do give it a go. So why talk about mental health? By taking these steps, I realized that I wasn't alone. I decided to then take a step forwards, which was sharing my story, sharing my experiences, my ongoing issues. And my thought process was, if I can help just one person, then my job is done. And don't get me wrong, I was absolutely terrified. I was petrified of what people would think, whether it was on social media or not. I was very scared of what people's reactions would be like. The reason why talking about mental health is incredibly important is because it allows people to resonate with you when they may feel incredibly alone or isolated. By, I guess, breaking down these stigmas surrounding these topics, it allows people to feel comfortable and it allows them to feel comfortable opening up. And like I mentioned earlier, opening up about how you feel is one of the first and best things you can do to get better. At the time, it can seem quite easy to kind of shut away your emotions and continue living a life where thinking that I'm different, I'm not like everyone else, something is wrong with me, is, in the long term, that isn't sustainable. In the short term, it may seem like the right thing to do. However, in the long term, and I can tell you this guaranteed, it is not sustainable. So I've been creating content for a couple of years now, and I just started off by documenting essentially how I was feeling, what I was going through. But because I'm a creative person by nature anyway, I had to do more. And obviously I'd seen loads of people on social media for years create videos and start YouTube channels, etc., etc. And I thought, why don't I give this a go and actually really try to produce something which is meaningful to me and may be meaningful to other people. So I use quite a light-hearted approach to, I guess, entertain, to motivate and to comfort. But I'm also not scared of approaching the scarier subjects and conversations. My goal essentially is to create a place where people can find comfort, they can find community, a place where nobody is alone, and a place you can truly be yourself. This process as a whole, the creating content, the opening up, the creating this community, all of this is really helped me realize that I can talk shamelessly about my mental health, about mental illness, and not really care what people think. Platforms like TikTok, for instance, which I'm sure you all use, are truly vital to spreading these messages. Not only are you able to reach a lot of people, it's a very inclusive app. The demographic is a lot younger and it doesn't need to be as polished. You can kind of post a real life. However, don't get me wrong, social media in itself is a super, super incredible platform to spread awareness anyway. So as much as Instagram is a lot more polished, you can still get a lot of value and also put out a lot of value. I use the example of when I was 15. When I was going through a really, really tough time, I didn't really know what I was going through. I was confused. I had a lot of feelings. I had a lot of emotions going on, and I knew that something was going on in my brain, but I didn't really know what. And at that time, I wish I had someone I could follow. I wish I had someone who was around my age, maybe a bit older, that's fine, but still young, who could relate to me, because I had a great upbringing. I was very fortunate to be in a family who were very open, who would kind of take me for whoever I am. But in my world of young kids, young people, people didn't really speak about it that much. And when I was 15, I would have loved to have had a guy that I could look at online and think, oh, he's cool, but also he goes through things like I do. Since doing all of this, it's been an incredible roller coaster so far, and it's just the beginning. Things have built very well, starting to build a nice community, and I've managed to build a career from my experiences so far, and it's really growing into something I've always wished for. And I never knew that I would be able to grow something like this out of something that I was extremely ashamed of. So if you pull back and look at the journey that I've been through from a bird's eye view, it's been consistent little steps that I've taken from being affected so badly by my own issues to using them as my superpower and building a career around it, which is something I believe we can all do and something we all have in us. It just obviously takes patience, it takes hard work, but most importantly, it takes self-belief, because what you believe in and what you fight for, whatever you're passionate about, is incredibly important. And the battle is never over, but these small steps, like talking and then seeking help and then sharing my experiences to then find like-minded people, breaking it down like that and using them as small steps has truly and honestly changed my life. If I look back at Max when he was 18 years old, he was in pain, he was confused, he was anxious, he didn't really know who he was. He would have never have thought that he could share his problems to basically anyone. He would never have thought or realized that he could be happy. And he definitely wouldn't have thought that he would be able to sit here right now and share his experiences with a group of amazing young people who are dealing with different things and experiences and new people and places every day. So from 18-year-old Max, thank you all so much for coming today and watch me talk. And also from 24-year-old Max, thank you also for coming today and bearing with me. I'm going to leave you with one sentence today, which I hope sticks with you as much as it stuck with me. Unfortunately, I have no idea where it's from, but it's something that really, really resonated with me. And that is, look at life as you would a ladder. Don't stand at the bottom looking right at the top. Focus on the next step in front of you and go from there. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day. And I really, really hope you enjoyed this.
Thank you so much, Max. Your commitment to inspire our audience and people around the world is truly inspirational, and we are truly grateful for your words of encouragement. Now, the moment we all